Hello, this video shows you three different ways, or a few different ways to make things physically that are a little bit too complicated on your CAD model in order to create quickly. So the first category of things that can be kind of difficult to create are things that are not made out of the right size stock to laser cut. So if I have something that I've created that is thicker than the material we can cut on the laser cut or cut on the power tools. The best way to represent that in a physical model is by making it out of its sides instead of out of a solid material. Two ways to do that. One is to switch to surface modeling and unstitch your thing. And then you can switch back to solid modeling and you can model each of these as an individual part using by starting a sketch on a plane, drawing a flat plane here, and extruding that the thickness of the material we're actually going to use, and then creating components from bodies over here, and attaching these onto this surface here. This won't be big enough because of the example I just took here, but I can flip those on there and move them around, and then take them over to the laser cutter to create them. Another way you can do that is by more accurately taking every piece and extruding it 1/8 of an inch as a new body, and then you have those 1/8 inch pieces that you can also take over and cut as well. All right, another category of, let's see, I don't want to undo that. Another category of things that can be difficult to make are things with curves in them. So first off, if you were to create a box, if you were to create a box that had some rounded corners to it, if you use some fillets on there, so modify fillet, and I had like all these things filleted here. There we go. And everything there had some sort of fillet to it. This is a little tricky to really do right. If the fillets are really important, you can make a few slices with this curve in here, which would be like this. I could do an offset plane from here, and then I could split this body. I could split this body using this as a tool, and then I could split it again with another offset plane that's 1/8 of an inch away, 0.125, and modify split body, split this using another plane here. And then I could make some of these slices in here, maybe not the complete shape if it's too big, but I could use these slices here. Let's see, turn on my construction plane so I can easily grab this body here. I could make some slices that might be a good representation of that curve that I wanted to create. Alternatively, you can create a copy of this item and then just build it without the curves on it. So if I were to do that, I would just take that curve. Let's do it one more time over here. Create box over here, and pull it out this way. Okay, if it had those fillets on there, let's just fillet the top edges here, and like so. If I have that curve on there, I could build it without the curves by going to start a sketch on the top, and P for project include all of these shapes in one, and then I could extrude these shapes all the way through to the other side. Going with a extent type 2 object, I can expand all the way through to the other side like this and make a new body. Now I have a copy of that curve shape that doesn't have curves on it that I could more easily go ahead and create. Very similarly, if you create something with some crazy curves on it, let's do something wild with an offset plane from here. I'll start right there, and then I'll do another offset plane from here up, and then let's draw some shapes on this. Let's start a sketch on here, draw a circle, and then we'll draw a circle over here too. It's a little bit bigger. And then we'll do a create loft between them. So if I have this shape and I want to represent this as a something I can laser cut, we could do these slices again by doing let's see, plane. It's gonna be a little tricky. Plane tangent to a face. That point. That works super hot. You could take a project include this onto a surface by first getting that surface. So if I do an offset plane from here, I look at it from the right side. I want to start right about there and click OK. Now I'm going to start a sketch on this plane with a projection of this. So I'm going to start a sketch here and P for project include this shape and click OK. Now I have this shape here. I can finish those lines if they're missing there. And I could make a piece like this. So I'm going to extrude that, 0.125. And I have like a simple representation of that shape right there. If I do it from the other side as well, or in this case I make two of them and cut them in half later, I can make this sort of look a little bit like what it would look like. So I'm going to start a sketch on this plane now. P for project include, click on here. Click OK, connect my outside lines that aren't connecting right now, and extrude that shape, which happens to be identical in this case, but wouldn't always be identical. And then I might want to cut this one in half so that I could put it on either side of this one. So I'm going to do that real quick. If I start a sketch on here, and draw a line straight through the middle. Finish sketch. All right, let's see if I can construct a plane. This is a little tricky. Plane tangent to a face, plane angle. Plane. Nope. Planar angle. That's what it would be. Planar angle, and there it is. 90-degree angle to like there. And then I can I can cut this in half by using a split body. I'm going to split this using that as a tool. And now I can move these things around how I would do them in real life. To put them on either side. Not a perfect representation of that shape, but it would be something interesting that you could use to build this. I didn't get that perfect, but you'll get the idea. All right, ask questions. Let me know if there's any way that I can help you to represent your model as something something physical.